What is going on, Knicks fans? Back at it with another New York Knicks video. And I'm going to talk about the past 3 games that the New York Knicks have played and unfortunately lost. And, I'm sorry I could not get to these past 3 games. Unfortunately, obviously, the games go at 10 o'clock. And, when the games end, it's usually like past midnight. And I'm usually pretty tired. And I don't feel like making videos, at that time. So I decided to do a video where I recap all 3 games, the past 3 games that the Knicks have played, and just put it into put it into one video. So let's talk about pretty much the whole entire West Coast road trip besides the Golden State game. So the first game they played in was in Sacramento, and they lost 103-94 to the Kings. This is a game I did not expect the Knicks to lose. The Kings are a very bad basketball team. I think they're 5-10 coming into this ball game, and they're one of the worst teams in the NBA. And I'm surprised we lost that game. Really, besides Randall had a very good game. Besides Randall and RJ, the Knicks did not play well offensively in that game, and the Kings were the better team, and the Knicks ended up losing that game in Sacramento. And then the second game against the Blazers, I didn't really get a chance to watch this game. Actually, I think I might have been asleep before the game even started. I didn't really get a chance to watch this Knicks Blazers game, but the Knicks did lose 116-113. They were down 20 at the half, ended up coming back and only losing by 3 points, but again, they still lost. And I think Damian Lillard had a really good game in that one. Damian Lillard dropped 39 points. That guy's an absolute stud. One of the best point guards, if not the best point guard in the NBA. He balled out in that game for the Blazers. And the Knicks, Emmanuel Quickley. What else is there to say? 31 points for IQ. He was fantastic in Portland. He had the best game of the season, of his career so far. He was amazing against Portland. And in today's game, or tonight's game, he was not so great. I'll talk about that near the end of the video. But the Knicks played the Utah Jazz. Utah's one of the best teams in the NBA. They're a very, very good team, very underrated. They're a team that not a lot of people talk about. When you think of the West, you think of the teams like the Lakers and the Clippers and the Nuggets. But the Jazz are very good. They're 13-4. They're one of the best teams in the NBA. And the Knicks were dominating Utah in the first half. They were dominating them, and it looks like the Knicks were gonna it looks like it was gonna be a win for the Knicks. But I got to give Utah credit. They dominated the Knicks in the second half, and they responded with the better half. They outscored the Knicks by 27 in the second quarter. I'm sorry, in the second half. And the Knicks lose 108-94. They lose by 14 points after having a 20-point lead at a point in the game. I believe it actually might have went up to 20 points. They had a 20-point lead at a point in the game, ended up losing by 14. I get this Knicks team, this Knicks team is young, and I get they're still rebuilding, but that can't happen. You cannot have a 20-point lead in a game and end up losing by double digits. That just can't happen. But the Knicks did end up losing to a much better basketball team in the Utah Jazz, 108-94, and they end out the West Coast road trip with a 8-11 record. Now, this is the second time they've been 3 games under 500 this year. They were 5-8 after losing to the Cavaliers. Speaking of the Cavaliers, that's actually the team we play Friday night. That's the most recent game after the long West Coast road trip. We finally head home, and we play the Cavaliers Friday night at 7:30. And then we play the Clippers on Sunday, and we play Chicago for a 2-game set in Chicago, back-to-back games. So it's not going to get any easier for the Knicks. But again, we were 5-8, ended up winning 3 straight, beating a very good Warriors team, beating Orlando, and blowing out the Boston Celtics. So who knows at this point? Let's hope the Knicks can bounce back. Let's hope they don't fall to 4 games, under 500. That'd be the worst their record's been all season. It's been an up and down year for the Knicks so far, and let's hope we can try to get back to 500. We have a winnable game at the Garden on Friday night against the Cavs. I know they're not a great, I know they've actually been playing pretty well lately. They ended up sweeping away the Nets, but again, they're not a great team. They're beatable. The Clippers will be very tough, but I'll admit we've beaten some good teams this year. Why not? Maybe we can beat the Clippers. Chicago, they're not great. I think we should be able to win both those games. If we continue to play good basketball, I think we could beat Chicago, in both those games. So we have a chance to get back to a reasonable record. But right now we're 8-11, a really tough loss. Tonight. I really thought we were going to win this ball game. I really did. But we just absolutely collapsed in the second half, and we ended up losing by 14 points to the Utah Jazz and falling to 8-11 on the season. And before I stop talking about the Jazz game, before I get into Emmanuel Quickley, I want to talk about Austin Rivers. I don't know what it is with Austin Rivers and the Utah Jazz. This guy absolutely owns the Utah Jazz. Even though the Knicks didn't win, Austin Rivers had 25 points off the bench in 27 minutes. It was insane. He was knocking down threes left and right. It was incredible. what a game for Austin Rivers. He was the best player for the Knicks tonight. Randall didn't do much. R.J. Barrett had 17 points. He had an okay game. It was 40 minutes, but he had 17 points. Elfrid Payton started again. For the sanity of Knicks fans, Elfrid Payton must be benched. And that was the topic I was going to talk about after the Knicks games. After I started recapping. That was what I was going to talk about. Emmanuel Quickley needs to start. Even though he was bad tonight. Against the Jazz, I get he was bad. He had a bad game. He had what? He played 23 minutes, had 6 points. Did not play well at all. Could not hit threes. Did not shoot well. Quickley was awful today, I'll admit. But he needs to start over Elfrid Payton right now. I have had enough of seeing Payton's garbage game in and game out. We need to see Emmanuel Quickley as the starting point guard for the New York Knicks. I don't know what Quickley did to not be the starter. I don't know. Did he do something wrong? I don't know. But Emmanuel Quickley needs to be the starter, and he needs to be the starter soon because I've had enough of Elfrid Payton. He's terrible. But anyway, the Knicks head back home. MSG Friday night against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'll have my reaction to that game on Friday night. And who knows? Maybe I'll do a live stream. I have not done a live stream in a very long time. I did do I believe it was a Bears-Vikings game like a few months ago. Earlier in the football season, I did a football game, and maybe I'll try to do one of those NBA, one of those Knicks games. Let's see, Sunday. It's a 1:00 game. 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock games against the Bulls Monday and Wednesday. I don't know if I will, but maybe I will do a live stream. Where I call the game. You guys can hang out in the stream and while I watch the Knicks game, and I do the best play-by-play I possibly can. I call the game, and if you guys do want to join the live stream, if I do end up doing it, I'll probably in my next video I'll probably announce if I will end up be doing a live stream at some point. During this Knicks homestand. Well, it's not really a homestand; it's 2 games, but during these next few games, I will decide if I end up doing a live stream or not. But I probably won't. But maybe if I'm in the mood, I might decide to do a live stream. I don't know, but the Knicks drop to 8-11. They lose their past 3 straight games on the West Coast, and they finally are heading home to play the Cavaliers Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Against the Cavaliers. So Knicks are struggling right now. They've been up and down all year. It's been a roller coaster of a season so far. Let's hope the Knicks can get back on track against the Cavs on Friday night. And then we got to play the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. They got a lot of talent down there in LA. They're one of the best teams in the NBA. Maybe besides the Lakers. They might be the second best team in basketball right now. They're a really, really good ball club. They're going to be tough to beat. But the Knicks are 8-11 as might do a live stream for these next few games. Maybe the game against the Bulls. It could be the game against the Cavs. I don't know. I might try to do, maybe a Knicks game, in the next couple days. I'll decide. But the Knicks are 8-11, and I probably will have a couple Giants videos down the stretch, for what's today? It's Wednesday, so I might have a couple Giants games, maybe at some time this weekend, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Since there's not going to be any Knicks games for the past couple days, I probably will have a Giants video talking about the draft. Maybe also a little off-season video talking about the Giants. Talk about my off-season, predictions and expectations on what the Giants should do to make this team better. I might have a video talking about that. In the next few days. I probably will have a Yankee video because it seems like they're going to make a move pretty soon. So I might also have a Yankee video, in the next coming days before the Knicks, for the Knicks start to play again. So Knicks are 8-11, probably the third time I've said that. Make sure to stay tuned for more Giants and Yankees videos for the rest of this week and also for this weekend as well. I probably will have another Giants video. So make sure to stay tuned for those videos. Also make sure to stay tuned for the Knicks post-game recaps. I won't have Knicks post games every single night. Most of the time when the Knicks game starts at like weird timing, starts at like 1 o'clock or like 10 o'clock, I might not react to the game. I'll probably do, a video where I react to the past couple, the past slate of games. I'll probably do a video like that like I did tonight. I'll probably do a video like that. If I do happen to miss a Knicks game, I'll do like 2 games into one video. If I do happen to miss one, because there's a lot of games in a season, so it's gonna be hard to do one, a video every night. So, well, it's not every night, but a video for every game. So I will try to do that. Just combine multiple games into one video. I will do that sometimes if I do happen, to not be able to do a video that night. So that's going to do it for this video. Make sure to stay tuned for more Giants Yankee videos for the rest of the week. And yeah, peace. Go Knicks.